So how did the political and social unrest affect the work of putting together the finances or the credit scheme?
Well, the unrest that Kenya went through affected just about everything. You can imagine suppliers of seeds and suppliers of these inputs were unable to actually continue business as normal. Many of the businesses that sell, we call them agro dealers, who sell inputs in the villages and so on, many of them were closed down. You know, a lot of businesses were burned or looted. And so we had what you call a supply chain problem. And so we had to improvise. We did not intend that we become an input supplier, procuring directly and selling to the farmers. Ours is really financial service provision. But in this year we said, you know, the risk of these things not coming through is so high that let's see if we can intervene. And that is why we decided to make this bulk procurement. And we're very, very happy that we were able to get it through. The roads were so risky at that time. And able to organize the farmers as things began to settle down and to be able to distribute the inputs in time for the rainy season. And right now, farmers have planted, and everybody is very happy that they managed to do this.
That's fantastic. And again, this is the last question. How do you see this initiative moving forward?
We certainly see a growth in this area. The credit scheme is not going to be just restricted to the Sauri cluster. Like I said, we have to refine it. Any credit scheme requires that you continue to think through the mechanism, the systems, and to keep the costs low so that it's actually sustainable. But we have an ambitious plan to scale this up way beyond the cluster, but also to define it in such a way that it can be replicated in other places, so that it's going to be, with some modification, replicated in Malawi and in Tanzania, Uganda, and other places. That's really the challenge. Can we come up with a model that can actually spread across Africa and be used not just by Millennium Promise, but other organizations as well?
And how do you see the skyrocketing price of fertilizer affecting the program?
Well, that really affects everybody. The fact is that fertilizer, seeds, and many other inputs have become so expensive that it becomes very difficult for people to see how they can make a profit when the inputs are so expensive. So we are affected like everybody else with this reality, and hoping that things will settle down a bit more over the next year or two.